Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourself today and to nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So, today I'm going to talk about how Santa Claus corresponds to the Amanita muscaria mushroom, and I'm gonna talk about being light beings. Okay, so let's get into this. Um, so Santa Claus, as a symbol, in the various different tales that we have been told, is pretty much he's pretty much like a person, and he has this clothing, right, which is pretty much red and white. Um, so the red and white, the red and white clothing is pretty much corresponding to the red and white mushroom. If you don't know the name of it, is the Amanita, and it's pretty much the same mushroom of Super Mario games. You know, the mushroom that you eat and you enlarge or you grow in power, um, or you gain life. You know, this is the exact same mushroom that is talked about within the various different tales of the Christmas stories, right? So when they're telling these stories, there's pretty much they're kind of hinting at this, you know, to the various different symbologies and the various different colorways that they're using to strike some type of subliminal remembrance within us, you know, because this is part of our history, right? We used to use these different methods for connecting with the land, nature, you know. So this is why we see it as something that repeats itself throughout culture, right? For example, like Mario games, but it's not only in Mario games that we're seeing the mushroom, especially the Amanita. We can see it everywhere, right? It's been illustrated everywhere because we would use these mushrooms as people, and we're still using mushrooms. You know, it's just not that the Amanita is the most popular one these days. It's probably cubentus or psilocybin mushrooms, and we've kind of changed it, you know. But either way, the mushroom is always been connecting us through its usage to the animals, to the plant life, and it's allowed us to um, raise our kundalini and open up the mysterious or the unknown. You know, allowed us to open up the subconscious mind more often, uh, and go deeper into what has always been unknown. You know, so when we do use these, it easily allows us to understand the metaphysics of things, you know, or it allows us to come into that which is beyond sound, or even more of a pure essence of light, you know, and getting into void. Uh, so everything is light, right? Because everything is energy, and it's very easy to have the experience of this, especially whenever you're taking these psychoactive mushrooms, right? So like you can know this, you can be taught this through like mathematics or whatever, however you're being taught it, but you don't actually have the experience of everything being energy. You don't actually feel it, and you may not actually have the very true experience of it. But you can know it, right? You can like borrow that knowledge from somebody who may have had the experience or was also taught that very same thing, so the knowledge is being passed around, but it's not backed up by deeper truth, which is experience. So you're not actually feeling it, right? So there's a sense of authentication loss, or uh, authority lost, right? um So what the mushrooms would do for us is we would eat these mushrooms, and they would allow us to actually have the full depth experience of being able to transcend the physical into something which is more metaphysical, something more closer to pure light, and even going beyond light, you know, which is the void, and in between dimensions and whatnot. And everything is light. We are light beings. You know, you just have to raise your vibration, because there's a lot of systems that are actually blocking you from being able to perceive a pure state of yourself, for a more densified state of yourself, which is encapsulated within the fleshy existence, the body, right? But you can raise your vibration. You can come into a more metaphysical state of being, right? Which is one that is etheric, or at the very least one that is at the speed of light, or at the rate of light, right? And you can go beyond this once again, which is metaphysical, and then you can go even beyond that, right? um, so this is the time of the year where you're actually naturally supposed to be able to come into that state of being, right? Not through any method or anything, but just purely out of the cosmological and astrological energies that are present during this time of the year, right? But then there's also systems, the holiday systems that have been set up, that are to sort of block this energy out, right? Or they capture this energy, and they use it to build these systems to keep us in the densified state, the fleshy existence. um so the more that you kind of like take your energy away, or your attention away from maybe the traditional ways of celebrating Christmas, for a more natural way of celebrating Christmas, then you can maybe use the actual nature energies to rise your energy into a higher state of being once again, which is the whole thing of this time of the year. um, or you can even use psychedelics, as tradition, because this is what we've always done as well. Using mushrooms, psychedelics, they used to use these in religion all the time. The Amanita was also used in the early church to get the people loose, so that the priest could like steer them into a mystical experience, right? But they don't use it anymore because I don't know. There's probably just different reasons for this. But instead they use the bread now, right? But it used to be the mushroom, the amanita mushroom. So we were always using this mushroom because it's a good mushroom for for getting high off of, right? Uh, and coming into a state of yoga or unity with the existence or with the universe. Um, but once again, the cosmological energies, the astrological energies during this time of the year is purely enough to be able to come into yoga, right? You can just use the mushroom in a way that is going to actually allow you to be more receptive and more open to this time of the year, which is going to allow you to transcend the flesh, right? And that's a little bit on how the mushroom, the red and white mushroom, the Amanita, is connected to Christmas, right? And it also goes into the inner kingdom, obviously, and the uh, the brain waves and consciously using your brain's region and these deeper disciplines. But I don't have all this yet, so I'm gonna keep it right here at the mushroom for you. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.